Hi everyone, happy Halloween. I hope all of you had a wonderful and safe Halloween, whatever you did. Welcome back. For those of you who are new, welcome. For those of you who come back every week, thank you so much for your support. This is a video that I've been wanting to get out for about 2 weeks now, and we are going to read on Robert Schmidt Jr. So Robert Schmidt Jr. was a 16-year-old young man who was found deceased outside near a skate park. So this happened in Apple Valley, California. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it was October 19th. Okay, so just a couple weeks ago, October 19th, 2022. At least the article was published on October 19th, but I didn't see another date in the article. So I'm going to go with October 19th. But he looks like a sweet young man and, just awful. But I'm going to read the article. I'll have a couple of pictures of Robert online or on the screen so that you guys can see what he looked like. But this is the article from Channel 4. All right. A murder mystery was underway in the high desert after the body of a 16-year-old boy was found in a dirt lot. Authorities in Apple Valley are searching for a killer, while the boy's grieving mother is demanding justice. "My only boy, my 16-year-old son, the oldest, and he's gone," Elizabeth Schmidt said. "It is a pain she can't describe with words, a deep heartache only felt by parents who have lost a child." As she talked with NBCLA, she stood in the exact spot where the body of her son Robert was found early Tuesday morning. A worker found Robert's body at a playground in the 13,000 block of Navajo Road near the Head Start building. "An amazing boy, loving and caring," Schmidt said. "He was an angel in my eyes. He was everything, everything." She says the last time she saw Robert was Monday evening around 7:30 p.m. Robert asked her to take him to the Apple Valley skate park to hang out with friends, and so she dropped him off. "Everything was fine," she said. "He seemed just fine on our way here. We were talking about dinner. When I got to the skate park, he said, 'Mom, do you have $10?' And then he said, 'Bye, I love you,' and he knows I had to work at 10 p.m. She said she works from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m., so it wasn't until Tuesday morning that she found out that Robert didn't come home. I had called 911, and I pulled off to the side of the road and called 911, she said. Elizabeth says her son's friend Dre told her on the night Robert went missing that the two went to the Dollar General store on Navajo Road, which is just around the corner from the skate park. But Dre went home after another friend showed up. From that point, Schmidt says it's unclear what happened to Robert and why he ended up dead in a dirt field across the road from the Dollar General store. She wept as she said she doesn't understand why anyone would take the life of her son. She wants that person to be punished to the fullest extent. "Why would you leave my son in the dirt, Why?" Schmidt asked. Schmidt says Robert's friend Dre is fully cooperating with the investigation. NBCLA noted a surveillance camera that has a clear shot of the crime scene. Investigators aren't saying if it's captured anything or not. A GoFundMe has been created by the family that has raised nearly $9,000 of a $20,000 goal. Search for "In Loving Memory of Robert" or Bobby Schmidt. The GoFundMe was organized by Aaliyah Villalobos. Yeah, so we have a 16-year-old boy that asks his mom to drop him off at the skate park, and that's the last time she sees him. What I find interesting is the friend. Okay, so we have a friend who was there hanging out with Robert that day, but apparently when another friend shows up, I think that's what it said. Let me go back real quick. Yeah, but Dre went home after another friend showed up. From that point, Schmidt says it's unclear what happened to Robert and why he ended up in the dirt field across from Dollar General. So Dre, this friend Dre, he's hanging out with Robert, and they go into the store, they're buying some chips or whatever, and they come out, and another friend arrives, and then Dre goes home. which is odd. I don't know. Maybe it isn't. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. But let's see what comes out. Let me see. What deck do I want to start with? Let me do this one here. I haven't used this one in a while. Okay, so we have Robert Schmidt Jr. and we are trying to find out what happened to Robert that day. His mom dropped him off at the skate park. Robert Schmidt Jr. The energy surrounding Robert Schmidt Jr. that day. Okay. Robert Schmidt Jr. to help tell the story of what happened to you. Okay, Robert Schmidt Jr. What happened to you that day? What happened to you? Can you tell us the story of what happened to you? What happened to you when your mom dropped you off at the skate park? What happened to you when your mom dropped you off at the skate park, Robert? Okay, let's see what we have here. We have the Ace of Wands reversed. We have the Tower card, so that, you know, that's not surprising that it's coming out. We have the Three of Pentacles upright. We have the Seven of Swords, so somebody's lying. Someone's lying about what they seen or what happened. We have the Knight of Pentacles reversed. And we have the Hermit card, and let me pull one more here. We have the High Priestess. So, okay. Move this out of the way here. All right, so when I first seen this Ace of Wands reversed, I thought, okay, maybe this is one person responsible. But then that Three of Pentacles pulled out, or came out. And I can't help but to think that there's more than one person actually involved in the death of Robert Schmidt. And we do have some money coming up as well. And we know that Robert asked his mom for $10. Now, would you think somebody would kill somebody for $10? No, probably not, but people do crazy things. So, you know, is this another child? Or, you know, I say child, he was 16. Young man, I guess, would be more appropriate, but I don't know. When you have boys, seems like a child, but, you know, could it have been another young man the same age that needed some money? I don't know. We've got three guys here and we've got money. Okay, so they're working together to try to get that money. And then we have the Tower card. And this one here is interesting because it's literally a fracture. Okay, these two buildings or three buildings were once one and now it's been cut in half. So we've got a fracture. Is this a fractured friendship? Okay, is this something that happened between buddies? Did they have an argument or something? And, you know, I mean, I'm looking at that Ace of Wands as somewhat of an argument because we've got the fire from the wand or the candle. And then we have, I know this is the moon behind the tower, but at first glance, it looks like fire. And that's actually what I thought it was when I first seen that card. So I'm looking at this wand as causing that fraction. So that wand is an argument of some sort. And I believe that it's possible it's between three people, at least three people. Now, this Dre kid, and I'm not accusing anybody, right? It's a tarot reading. We're just talking it through. You know, Dre says that when they came out of Dollar General, another friend showed up and he went home. He doesn't know what happened after that. He is cooperating, right? But I have a feeling that he is holding back. He's holding back some information. There's more to the story, in my opinion, because we've got the Seven of Swords, and the Seven of Swords is, with this one here, I like this one. It's strategy, it's planning, but it's got that sneakiness to it. And given the fact that it's also coming out in reverse, I feel like there's definitely potentially more information that Dre has. And he's not saying anything. Could this have been about money? I mean, again, I know, I don't know if $10 was all of the money that Robert had on him. I would imagine if he asked his mom for $10, that probably is all the money he had on him, right? And that's not a whole lot of money. But, like I said, people do crazy things. People harm other people for the most ridiculous reasons. Most of the time, no reason, because I don't really feel like there's any reason to, take someone's life, right? Besides maybe self-defense. If somebody's breaking into your house and trying to, harm you, then, but people do crazy things. That's my point here. And I'm getting some money. I'm getting money here on the floor with the Knight of Pentacles. So we've got cash down there. And then we have the Hermit. And we have the Hierophant. So we've got 3 major arcanas. We have the Tower, which is a fracture. I feel like it's a fracture within a friendship, a friend group. And even, okay, look at this Tower. We've got a building here, we've got the building here, and we've got one here. So we've got 3 buildings technically. And it's right next to that 3 of Pentacles. So I don't know if this 3 is including Robert or if it's in addition to Robert. Okay, so because we've also got 4 notebooks here around that Ace of Wands. So I'm not sure which one it is yet, but I have a feeling that there was definitely more than just 1 or 2. And it kind of, with this Hermit card, makes me feel like they possibly ganged up on him. For whatever reason, he is coming out alone. He's coming out alone. So I might have to leave that one out and ask for clarity. But with the High Priestess, I do feel like somebody who was in that area, okay, potentially this friend, knows more than what they're saying. They have information. There's people out there. There's more than one person that knows. I wouldn't even be surprised. Well, I don't want to say law enforcement quite yet, unless I see something that makes me think law enforcement. But I was going to say, I wonder if they maybe have some suspicions. I tried to find an update. Like I said, this article was posted on October 19th. And so I haven't really seen any updates since then. Nobody's really talking about it. And it just, I hope that they don't just let this slide, because I feel like there's people out there that have information. So let me leave the Hermit out. So far I do feel like this is a couple of people involved. Okay, so let's see. All right, let me get some clarity on that Hermit card. What's going on with the Hermit? Is that you, Robert? Is that you? All right, we have the Page of Cups. Temperance. And the Six of Pentacles. I have, to me, I have enough pentacles here coming up in this reading to make me believe that the motive was something to do with money, or something that someone had and they wanted it. money is the first thing that's coming to mind. We have an exchange here. So this to me makes me think that somebody had asked for something. So, let's say Robert, because he's the only one that didn't come out of the situation alive. So let's say Robert, he's out someplace in Dollar General, whatever, and this to me is somebody asking him if they could borrow money, and he's refusing. Okay, probably because he didn't have it to give. That's why it's coming out in reverse. So, and then that would make sense with that Seven of Swords, because this person also not only is somebody holding back on information, but this is also somebody taking something that doesn't belong to them. Again, I'm saying that it possibly is money, but it could very well be something else that he had on him that we're not aware of. I don't know if he had any valuables. I don't know what he had on his person. So, but I feel like there was something there that a person wanted, and he refused to give it to them. And then we've got the Page of Cups. So, and then Temperance. Is there a female? It's almost making me feel like there's a female there. And I wonder why Dre would go home if a third person showed up. Usually, I'm imagining that, you've got these two guys at the skate park, and the more the merrier, right? This person shows up, and that person shows up, and before you know it, you've got a small group of friends. But this person, Dre, is saying that when this other person showed up, and they don't name that other person, I don't know if he did or not to the police, but when this other person shows up, why does Dre leave? Does Dre not get along with this other person? Or is this other person a female, maybe, and he felt like he was a third wheel, and he decided to give them some time alone? And I say that because of the Page of Cups, and in this particular deck it's a female, although I don't always take that as, literally meaning the sex of a person, but I do feel like we have, I feel a female coming up into this somehow. So I have to wonder if this was a girl, a young girl that, maybe could have been a girlfriend to Robert, because it is the Page of Cups after all. And so this is like, feelings, emotions. But this person is also coming out in reverse. So I'm not quite sure what's going on there, but I feel like a woman or a female is coming out. And then let me pull a couple more from this deck here. The Temperance, I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure what the Temperance is in this situation. Maybe things were calm at first, but then they went. I would have expected the Temperance to come out reversed. Yeah, the Ace of Pentacles. The Ten of Cups. And the Four of Swords reversed. Yeah, something was taken from Robert, or attempted, somebody tried to take something from him. And it was, whatever it was enough for them to take his life. This is literally Robert right here. Being out in the dirt, literally, just left out to the elements because of this, because of whatever this beetle is, whatever that beetle represents, that pentacle. Again, could it be $10? Oh, God, I feel like the family knows. The family might suspect something. Again, there's no updates, so I don't really know what's going on since this article. But the family may know this person or these people, or they may have some suspicions of who's behind it and why. I also look at this Ten of Cups as, you know, again, this Page of Cups makes me think that there could be a relationship here going on, or the beginnings of a relationship, and things were okay, but something happened and everything kind of just went downhill from there. All right, let me go ahead and switch decks. This is interesting. Let's see what else comes out. Okay. All right, what happened that day? What happened that day at the skate park? Okay. All right, they're just going to fall out today. We've got the Hanged Man, we've got the Nine of Wands reversed, and the Queen of Swords and the Three of Swords. This is to me between friends, okay? I feel like Robert knew the person who murdered him. Okay, I really do. And it's possible he's had problems with this person before because of this Nine of Wands. This is kind of being at the end of your rope, okay? You've dealt with this before and you're kind of done dealing with it. So let me retract. Maybe not friends, but somebody that he knew, okay? Somebody that he knew and somebody that he potentially had problems with in the past. Makes me wonder if they also tied him up or took him somewhere, brought him back. I don't know, because I'm looking at that Hanged Man too. Just hang in there. It could also be the state of the investigation as well. It could be just stagnant. Like I said, I'd be really curious to know what was on those cameras, those store cameras, because I hope that they're doing their due diligence and looking into that stuff. It's sad nowadays that you don't even have 100% confidence that these investigations are really being looked into the way they should be. You just hope. You're just like, oh God, I hope that we don't not ever hear anything about this again, and it just kind of goes forgotten. I really do hope that they are looking into this, because it sounds like they have a potential witness with the friend and they have a potential camera that could show something. This is a problem I feel like he had with this person before. So there could be somebody that he knows that's always trying to borrow money. I don't know. I haven't picked up anything like the Devil or the Seven of Cups yet. I'm still pulling, so we'll see, because if those cards come up, then we might be talking about something other than money, like drugs. But I don't want to say that, unless I see one of those cards. So let's keep pulling. And then that Queen of Swords. So who's the Queen of Swords? I mean, I'm telling you, I'm picking up a female energy involved in this somehow, some way, shape, or form. There's a female. Now, that Queen of Swords, though, would not match a girlfriend to Robert. I don't look at a 16, 17, even 18-year-old girl as coming out as the Queen of Swords. However, it could be, and it could mean that she was the manipulator behind it. So let's just take out age and let's just take personality, okay? Yeah, there was some sort of altercation. There was some sort of problem. We've got the Five of Swords. It was almost like he was ganged up on. That's how I feel. I feel like he was ganged up on. And he really had, he I mean, I'm looking at that Nine of Wands, and he had no chance at all. He had no chance with what they pulled out there. Okay, we have the Death card. So, yeah, this conflict here resulted in his death. Another thing I want to say about the Three of Swords. It could also be his mother, okay? His mother could be actually, coming out as meaning business. She wants to find out what the hell happened to her son. And she may be the key to law enforcement staying on this case, because I do get this feeling from her that she's not going to let it go, which she shouldn't, and she shouldn't have to. Nobody should have to, right? Law enforcement should be doing their job. I hope that they are. But there's something about with this case being stagnant, or at least I don't know if stagnant is the right word, because it has only been a couple of weeks, but I feel like with that Hangman card coming out, the Nine of Wands, and then possibly Mom is also devastated and heartbroken, so it does make sense that it's Mom. But that kind of gives me some assurance that she is going to try her damnedest to make sure that she can figure out what happened to Robert and get some justice. I mean, she's not playing around, and that's good. Another thing about that Three of Swords is, with that heart in the middle right here, there's at least one person in this group, okay, in this group of friends, that I do feel Robert was close with. Could it be a female? It absolutely could be a female, because I am picking up a female. Besides Mom, I'm picking up another female. So, I feel like with this other person, Robert was not close with them. He had problems with them in the past, but I feel like there's a female energy as well, and that heart could really be the relationship with the female, and, it's slashed, right? There was a betrayal. Huh. All right, let me ask about Dre. Was Dre there when anything happened? Was Dre there when Robert was killed? Was Dre there when Robert was killed? Okay, was Dre there when Robert was killed? Nine of Wands, Nine of Swords, Queen of Cups, the Two of Cups, there's that relationship, the Strength card, the Queen of Wands reversed, a lot of female energy, and that Ace of Wands again. So, okay, so as far as Dre being there and seeing what happened or knowing what happened, whether he is or was or wasn't, he is really going through it. Okay, so he is absolutely stressed beyond. What is he stressed about? Is he stressed because his friend was murdered? Is he stressed because he thinks he might be a suspect? Is he stressed because maybe this person could come after him? Or is he stressed because he has something to do with it? So there's a lot of things that could be behind this card. I don't really feel like I can say for sure whether he knows what happened to him, but I feel like there's a good chance that he knows what happened to him. Queen of Cups, the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups, again, makes me feel like this is, a relationship. Maybe Robert, I would be curious if Robert had a girlfriend or somebody he was talking to. Is there some sort of a third-party interference type situation? Was Robert the third party? Was he talking to somebody that was dating somebody else? Because these two cards here tell me that there was a relationship blossoming. Okay, there absolutely was a relationship blossoming. And then the Queen of Cups. So interesting that I'm having so many queens come out in Robert's reading. I wouldn't expect it. The Queen of Swords, again, it could be his mom. It could be his mom's energy continuing to come out throughout the read. And it could also be that she is aware of this relationship. Maybe she even has some suspicions in her mind that it has something to do with her son's murder, or maybe it's just because, she knows the people but doesn't necessarily realize that they're involved. But Mom is coming up. I'm looking at this as the friend Dre, Mom, and then this relationship that was developing. And we have another queen again. So the Queen of Wands reversed and then the Ace of Wands reversed. This is, to me, what that first ace was. That was the argument. That was what it was about. Whatever this ace is, that's what it was about. And it was a heated exchange. So I wouldn't be surprised if there was fighting prior. At the very least, there was arguing. Queen of Wands. Let me leave the Queen of Wands out for a second. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Let's get some more information here. Okay, so here's our first glimpse into the potential drug use, or something that was, you know, affecting the situation. It could be somebody, and I'm not saying that Robert was doing any drugs, but I look at this as, you know, potentially anything. This could be somebody that Robert came upon who was under the influence of something, and so they were not thinking clearly. You know, it could be anybody, okay? So I'm not saying that it's Robert, but it is very possible that there was either drugs or alcohol involved in this somehow. Usually the Seven of Cups is a drinking card for me. All right. Ah, damn. Wow. Look at that. Did I not say earlier I haven't seen the Seven of Cups or the Devil yet, so I'll wait. I'll wait until those two, if I see those two cards to say anything. Here we go. We have them both. We have the Seven of Cups and we have the Devil. So we have something here. That tells me that this probably wasn't about money, but it was about something that this person wanted. This person wanted something. Was it drugs? Not sure. Was this person on drugs? I'm not sure, but there's some drugs or alcohol or something like that involved in this case. All right, let's see here. Page of Cups again. We've got the Page of Cups. The Three of Cups reversed. The Five of Pentacles. What the hell is going on? It's like I'm seeing a relationship that once was okay, and it was a fairly new relationship, developing, growing, but then something happens. Something goes wrong, and, you know, Robert, whoever he thought he could trust, ended up not being able to trust them. But then I'm seeing someone else, but I'm also getting a lot of female energy. I mean, to the point to where at this point I would feel like the person who took his life could potentially be a female. And I'm not saying it's a girlfriend or an ex-girlfriend, but there is a lot of female energy in this pull. I've pulled almost every single queen, 2 Page of Cups, and in the 2 decks that I used, those Page of Cups were females. I've got 3 females here in the 3 of Cups. Again, we've got another 3, so we've got like this third-party interference thing that keeps popping up in this reading. And then we have the 5 of Pentacles, which again is whatever this item was that they thought Robert had. Huh. Okay, let me go ahead and switch decks, and I want to see what comes out in regards to the friend. What comes out in regards to the friend? So I want to ask about Dre's energy. So what's going on with Dre's energy? Okay, what's going on with Dre's energy? Dre's energy. What's going on with Dre? What's going on with Dre? Was he there that day? Oh, okay. The King of Wands, and ironically, in this particular deck, the King of Wands is a female. So I've got another female energy. Even with it being a king, I'm still looking at this as a female energy. And I'm also seeing 3 people. How often in the king cards or the court cards do you see more than one person? Usually it's just the king or the queen. But in this particular one, we've got 3. And I feel like 3 people is what we're looking at here. So there was, now, okay, a couple of things here. Either Dre stayed and another person showed up, or two other people showed up, or, you know, Dre, you know, maybe Dre is not being fully honest, you know, with that Seven of Swords. I think that there's some lies here being told. But it's possible that Dre could have went home. One friend could have shown up. He could have went home, and then maybe another couple of friends could have shown up, and maybe Dre has no clue about that. That's a possibility. Or, you know, or it's possible that Dre is not being fully honest. And again, I'd be curious to know who that friend was. I'm sure that he, you know, would have been asked that. Okay, so this is Dre's energy, so let's see what comes out. So we've got the Temperance card, and this time it's coming reversed. Okay, so there's something here. There's something going on with Dre. Again, this is a tarot reading. I'm not accusing anybody, but that Temperance card coming out like that gives me a red flag. Something's off. Something's off kilter. Something's not right here with Dre. Five of Pentacles reversed. Three of Wands. We've got another three. The Nine of Pentacles. The Star card reversed. All right, so I'm picking up some jealousy. All right, I'm picking up jealousy with that Temperance card, given the fact that we have a couple here, okay, enjoying themselves, and that couple is right next to the Pentacle and right next to all of that fire with that King of Wands. So I'm looking at that as, you know, extreme jealousy, anger. Something's going on here. I don't feel 100% right about this particular friend. I know that in the article, Mom is saying that he was cooperative. He very well may be cooperative, but there's some dishonesty coming out here as well. And that came out right away with that Seven of Swords. We've got the Devil, so we've got unhealthy attachments. We've got potential drug use or something here going on. I feel like this was, you know, possibly a theft. Okay, so whether that was, like I said, drugs or money, but there's also some underlying anger here and jealousy that's coming out. In fact, there's a lot of anger. I would consider that as rage. It's not reversed, but with that Temperance card next to it and it being reversed makes me feel like this was rage. So have there ever been any problems between Robert and Dre in the past? Have they always gotten along? Are they close friends? And again, it might not have anything to do with Dre. Dre could be completely honest, and it could be somebody else that has these problems, because I feel like there's also a female here, potentially a girlfriend. Was Dre maybe jealous of this relationship that was developing? You know, did he like this person? And when she showed up, that was just like the last straw for him. Nine of Pentacles, the Three of Wands. Yeah, this is the Star card. The Star card. This actually means a whole lot to me. This is Mom coming out. Okay, this is her son that she lost. You know, his entire family. Robert himself lost his life, wasn't given the option to finish living out his life and experiencing life. But I'm also looking at this as childhood. So this very well could be a childhood friend. I definitely feel like this is somebody that Robert knew. Robert knew this person, whether they were getting along or not, or if they got along sometimes and didn't other times, maybe, but I absolutely feel like Robert knew this person. And I do believe that there was a female there that day as well. What extent she plays in all of this, I don't know, but there was a female there. They wanted something. Let me see if I can figure out what it is that they wanted. Okay, so what was it that they wanted from you, Robert? What were they wanting? What were they trying to get? What did they want you to give them? What are all those pentacles? What do the pentacles represent? What do the pentacles represent? King of Swords, reversed. The Justice card, reversed. The Ace of Cups. The Devil, reversed. And the Wheel of Fortune. So when I'm looking at these two cards here, I can't help but to go back to the jealousy and potential drugs. Again, the Devil card, I said that in the beginning. I said if the Devil or the Seven of Cups comes out, then I'm going to start having to, just start considering the fact that there could be, substances involved in this. And this to me is a relationship. So whoever this is, and I don't pick up that the female is responsible. I wasn't sure in the beginning, but I don't feel that way now. I don't feel like this was, because I keep thinking back to that Strength card. That's a mutual respect. That's a mutual respect and a mutual trust. So I actually feel like this was a relationship that was in the new early stages, and it was growing and developing and becoming stronger, and that infuriated this other person. So that was part of it. It's a potential that this relationship was part of it, and if that's the case, then we might be looking at something that maybe was planned, maybe not a random thing, because again, I thought, well, maybe this was just a random person that he came across and he got robbed. But there's other things that are coming out in this reading that make me think, no, this was not just a random attack. This wasn't just somebody that he came across. This was somebody that was in his circle, somebody that he knew. And they might have been waiting for an opportunity to have this happen. It would also be interesting to know who knew he was going to be out there to that skate park that day. I mean, it's hard to know, right? That's something that you can put on social media. He could have put on Snapchat and, said he was going to be out there, and everybody knew. But I feel like this was an opportunity that this person took. And we've got the Justice card reversed, the King of Swords reversed, the Wheel of Fortune. Man, these cards here do not make me feel good. This does not make me feel good. I hope that Mom continues the pressure on law enforcement, because, this here, the Wheel of Fortune, the King of Swords reversed. I'm looking at these two here as law enforcement. Okay, so detectives here, King of Swords. Justice reversed, the legal system. That's not a good feeling. I don't like that. I don't like that coming out. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune, and it's reversed as well. So, I don't know. I don't know what that means. I honestly don't. I don't know if it means negligence. I don't know if it means not enough information, or incompetence, or lazy. I don't know. Okay, but to me, it's going to be a while before anything comes of this. If anything comes of this, and that is horrible, because I feel like they have enough information. I really do. I think that the answer, I think that Dre has a lot more information than he's saying. I really do. I think he has a lot more information, and there's other people that I think were there that day that are not coming forward. They are not saying anything. including a potential girlfriend. Okay, so let me pull a couple of final cards and just see, you know, if we can get an idea of timing of when this case will be solved, if it'll be solved. I mean, with that Justice card, I don't want to end. I don't want to end on those 3 cards. I really don't. All right, will this case be solved? Will we have some answers in Robert Schmidt Jr.'s case? Will there ever be answers in this case? Will there ever be justice? Will there ever be justice in this case? All right. Will there be justice in this case? Okay, so let's see. We've got the 6 of Pentacles. The Justice card. The Triumphant card. Let me pull one more. The Judgment. Judgment came out reversed though. So this makes me feel better. This makes me feel better. I think that they are just lacking some information. You know, this is an exchange, right? A give and take. And so, you know, it makes me think that, it makes me hopeful that somebody that knows something will come forward and, you know, report what they've seen. And that might just be enough to, you know, figure this out and figure out who's behind it. You know, the Judgment reversed, though, that can be a couple of different things. Will this person actually face consequences? You know, will something, this one here, I don't know what's to come of the person responsible. Okay, anything could happen. So I'm a little bit iffy about that one. But I do think that law enforcement is going to be successful. That makes me feel so much better because I was not feeling good on that last pull. You know, I didn't want to end on that. Okay, so I'm glad I pulled again because I think it might just be for the current energy. That is where they're at and the current energy. They don't have much, but they might get something. I have hopes that they'll get something because these 2 cards, this is great. Okay, they're going to have some answers. So again, I think somebody is going to come forward and provide information. So I'm going to leave it there, guys. I don't want to pull any more cards because I want to end on the Justice being upright and the 6 of Wands. So if you have any questions or comments, just put them down in the comment section, and I am trying my hardest to make sure that I respond to everybody. I am so lax about that, and that's something I need to get better at, so I apologize. But thank you guys for being here today, and again, if you are interested in a private tarot reading, I usually go over this in the beginning of the video, but I forgot. If you are interested in a private tarot reading, just go ahead and email me. I will have my email in the description box, and we can set an appointment up, or, you know, usually it's same day or next day. It just depends kind of on how many I have, but usually I try to do it turnaround time fairly quickly. And they are uploaded to YouTube as a private video, so no one can see them but you. I email you the link to your video. You will need a link to view it, and that way you can kind of watch it at your convenience. You can watch it as many times as you like. But yeah, so anyway, you guys have a wonderful night, and I will see you the next time. All right, bye.